Hi, this is Mark Laughlin with the Ambidextrous Gunfighter to do a review of the BNKR King Fly Elbow Pads. These pads come from paintball, and of course that is where I learned to become ambidextrous. And these actually work so much better than all these so-called, combat tactical elbow pads, in my opinion. Now, of course, my field of use, or how I use these, may be different. There may be fields of use where you will use the elbow pads with the big plastic cups on them or whatever. Now, what I like about these is they're super lightweight, super flexible, very breathable. They have a very, the padding themselves is like these little hexagon cores, hence what they call air hex padding. And so it's very flexible, even has airflow right around those pads there, and they're not overly protective. There's not the pads themselves are maybe 3/16 of an inch thick or thereabouts, and so they don't provide a whole lot of too much excessive give if you're shooting prone, or if you got your knee on your elbows and you're shooting in a sitting position. So not padding, but yet not too much give to cause problems with your accuracy. They do have these little loops here to put hook your thumb in, and that will help keep the elbow pads up if you're doing diving and that kind of thing. Now for me, I'm mainly just using them, dropping into a prone position on my shooting mat, or occasionally maybe in gravel or something. Some of the shooting areas do have gravel ground where you're shooting off of, but you can shoot on even in pretty rough terrain with these, and they're going to work just fine. Now these are BNKR King, that's Bravo November Kilo Romeo BNKR King, and of course you can find them at a lot of the paintball suppliers. I got these for shooting, and they're great for that, and but I think I may also use these for mountain biking. They're light enough and cool enough that perhaps enough flexibility, I might start wearing these in some areas for mountain biking, particularly if I'm doing either like rock garden areas where I might fall in some gnarly rocks, and maybe get the knee pads. If they're as flexible as the elbow pads, I think may wear them for mountain biking too. Now of course, if you're the type of person that's these should be made to be able to dive on gravel. I mean, full on dive and slide across gravel. Some of the paintball fields are gravel, or at least pea gravel, so I think they'll hold up fine for that. Now if you get into really rough terrain, being as light as they are and as thin as these are, they're maybe not going to hold up long term as well as maybe your tactical elbow pads will work, but I guarantee these are way more comfortable, and so I would rather have these and maybe replace them every year or two, and rather than the other ones with those big plastic cups or really super thick padding on it. And then while your typical elbow pads for shooting usually only cover just the elbow, these do provide protection up of the forearms for diving, and that's in paintball. We do that a lot. So if you're out practicing diving with your rifle, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, these are great for that as well. I think these should be in your gear bag for attending a Project Appleseed. I mean, in that Project Appleseed, if you go to the 2-day rifle marksmanship clinic, or if you do the full, say, 6-day boot camp, elbows are going to take quite a beating, up and down, lots of time in the prone position. So some good elbow pads that are comfortable are going to be critical. Now, one thing I wish they would do is I wish they'd make it in a color other than black. Best I can tell that black is your only option, but a lighter color I think would be better, at least for those that are in areas that get hot in the summertime. This is going to absorb some, it's going to turn some solar energy into heat and heat you up a bit, but not too bad. The ventilation's good, so I think these are pretty good. I think if I was in the tactical industry, and say war fighting or something, I might want to try these and see if they can hold up to that kind of abuse and allow you to do the diving and dropping down onto really broken and rough terrain, broken glass, rocks, and debris and everything. I think they'll do fine. Probably gonna have to replace them a little bit more often, but hey, they're cool, they're comfortable, and they're not too bad. Have a link down below where you can check them out. They're available on Amazon, and they're also they're available in our AmbGun store at ambgun.com. It's Mark Laughlin with Ambidexter Gunfighter. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.